everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Wednesday Word. I am your host of the Wednesday Word. My name is David Bradley, Senior Sales and Marketing Manager with Grant Cardone. What happens on the Wednesday Word? On Wednesdays, hence the name Wednesday Word, we crack open the dictionary and we find words that should be, could be, would be about success, about sales, about business, about creating your ideal life. We take a look at the word, we break it up, look at the definition, look at the etymology, the history, the derivation. Let's get some real understanding of the word and then figure out what can we do with this word over the next 7 days to plug it into and use it to enhance, increase, and improve our sales and our business and our life. So let's get into today's word, which I think is interesting, to say the least. I'll give you a hint about what today's word is. In fact, I'll do you one better. I'm going to give you a quote to open this up with. And the quote comes from my mentor and my boss, El Queso Grande, Grant Cardone. The quote is this: "There is no failure until you quit." And no, the Wednesday word is not failure. It is not quit. It is persistence. So persistence, it's an adjective. It's a description of something, okay? The definition means this: firm or obstinate, might have to look that word up, firm or obstinate continuance. Okay, you know what? Let's do that again. Firm or obstinate continuance in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. So, now that I talked through that, let me just say it again a little bit smoother, hopefully. Firm or obstinate continuance in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. One more time. Firm or obstinate continuance in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. The dictionaries are designed to help you understand the words better, so why are their definitions so damn complicated sometimes? Non sequitur, sidebar, okay? So look, it's also another definition: the continued or prolonged existence of something. Why couldn't they have just said that from the beginning? But I digress. Existing for a long or longer than usual time, or continuously. Now we're talking. Retained beyond the usual period. Okay? So that's persistence. Some of the key words that came out of that to me: prolonged existence, continued, continuance, in a course of action, in spite of difficulty or opposition. So think about some times where you have been persistent, where you have had persistence. Now we're talking about a trait that's part of you, your persistence, something that you have that's within you. So think about a time you were persistent. Think about a time you persisted. Think about a time you had persistence. What did that look like? What was the end result? Did you get it? Or did you fail? And remember, there is no failure unless you quit. So if you didn't get it in your persistence, then that means throw in the towel. Now, the history of the word is interesting as well. Okay, the root or the origin is Latin, and literally stands for to stand firm, stand through. The prefix means through. Okay? So you've got stand, through, thoroughly, utterly, very. These are some of the words that are associated with the prefix per. Okay? So then when you get to stāre or stāre, sistere, if I'm even pronouncing that correctly, that means stand. So when you are persistent, when you have persistence, when you're persisting, you are standing through. And if we go back to the definition, difficulty or opposition. Okay, so we've got some understanding of the word persistence. We know where it came from. We know what it means. Okay, how do we take this word and plug it? That's the sound effect for plug. Plug it. How do we plug it into our sales, in our business, and our life? Okay. I want to talk about follow-up for a second. One of the cool things that Grant has always said, in addition to there is no failure until you quit, is that nobody ever accomplishes anything by doing something once. Lou Ferrigno did not become the Hulk by going to the gym once by doing one repetition. It just doesn't work that way, okay? So how can you persist in your follow-up? So here's some stats. When I'm done here, you are going to have 72% competitive advantage in your marketplace. You ready for this? Okay. 48% of salespeople, they don't follow up. Like, they just don't. Of the 24% that do, they make 1, 2, maybe 3 attempts, and then they quit. But when you do the research, when you deep dive into this, you find out that it takes anywhere from 8 to 12 attempts to actually get into communication with somebody. Once. Okay? You have your conversation, set an appointment, they don't show, you go back to 0 on that deal. It takes another 8 to 12 attempts to get back into communication with that client because they didn't show up for their appointment. Or they show up for the appointment, we do a demonstration of the program, of the product, okay? We don't close at that appointment. Back to square one again. Another 8 to 12 attempts, okay? So are you able to follow up 8 to 12 times over and over and over again? And if you have that, if you have the persistence to do that, you will have a 72% competitive advantage in your market, whatever that may be, okay? Now, since we're doing quotes and stuff, let me give you one from Buddha. In the confrontation between the stream and the rock, the stream always wins. Not through strength, but through, no, not persistence. Perseverance is what the Buddha said, but persistence is the key word. And then there's 2 reasons salespeople and businesses don't follow up. First one is they don't know how. Second one, what do you think the second one is? The second one is they're not committed. So you don't know how, and you're not fully committed. Those are the 2 reasons you don't follow up. Now, the know-how part, that's going to come from a lack of information and knowledge. And knowledge is not information. They're 2 separate things. You get knowledge from doing something. So if you would like some more information on effective follow-up strategies, go to cardonesolutions.com/follow-up. That's cardonesolutions.com/follow-up. On this site, you will find a short video with Grant Cardone talking about follow-up, as well as an ebook that you can download totally free on the 10 mistakes of follow-up. Okay. Now, the last thing I'm going to leave you with, speaking of follow-up, speaking of Grant, is a quote from the 10X rule out of a little section here called, what? Persist until successful. Okay. Listen to this. Persistence is a great advantage to anyone who wants to multiply his or her successes, because most other people have given up on their innate ability to persist. When you retrain yourself to do whatever is necessary to ensure that you are in the best mental, emotional, and financial position to persevere, you will find yourself on the list of the most successful. Huh? Yeah? Okay. All right, so what'd you get from today? What'd you learn? How are you going to take the word persistence and plug it in this week into your sales and your business and your life? How are you going to be more persistent in your follow-up? What can I do to help? Okay, leave me a comment wherever it is that you're engaging with this. If it's helped you, I promise you it will help somebody else, so make sure you've shared it out. Make sure you've subscribed. If you need something from me, my email, david@grantcardone.com. My direct line here at the office, 310-777-0352. Thank you again. Have an awesome next 7 days. Be persistent and be great, because nothing else pays.